Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. Apparently, my microphone, even though it was turned on, decided to wander off. Oh, so apologies for not being here yesterday. Unfortunately, I live in a situation where I need to work in order to pay those pesky bill things. I got called into work, and I'm trying to be a model supervisor by if someone calls out, I don't get mad. I just go in and I fill the shift. Um, I didn't. I could have done it on Saturday, but I didn't because I was being petty. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Trying to trying to see where I am. Let's see. I should have been. Okay, should have been one over on that one. Okay, so on that. Ah, so working on tail end of 310 on this page. We'll get to the end of it today. No question. But hello, Jules. Um, so we're finishing up 310 on the page. We have this inner ear smudge thing that that's about a block. It's about 15 or 20 across. Uh, so I'm insane. This week, tomorrow I work from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. First half is going to be baths and showers. Second half is going to be on a cart. Thursday, I have a staff meeting at 2, so I go in for 2 and I stay till 11 instead of 3. So it's only a 9-hour shift as opposed to the other ones that I'm doing. I have Friday off, so that's all good. And Saturday I go in for noon and I stay till 11. So, and then we're still not sure about Sunday. Sunday I'm supposed to work, and that's not a problem. I had asked for it off, and I was told that I was getting it off, and then I was told I wasn't getting it off. So today, when I see my boss, if I see my boss, I gotta hammer that down because there's two different mindsets after a craft fair. If I have to be somewhere, I hurry up, and if I don't, I take my time. uh, I have to figure out is this one overside? This is one overside. I got my little baby meadow dragon all done. I have Vaporeon is being assembled right now. Vaporeon is in a very precarious position. I will, uh, towards the end of the stream, I'll grab him and I'll show him all. Um, but his like I got bored halfway through sewing his head on yesterday, so um, well, both Umbreon and Vaporeon are kid friendly. There are no wires. They just have the fiber fill for their stuffing, and they're all acrylic yarn. And Umbreon has felt, and Vaporeon will have felt on him too. But they're no wires. They're kid friendly. I don't know. Did I get no Nightstone's not enough. I moved Nightstone temporarily because I put up a table so I have more flat surfaces to put shit on. But I meant to make a posting for the baby meadow dragon last night for the website. I'm gonna be recategorizing and reorganizing my website and changing it up a bit. Got to talk to husband creature. I want to do a 2-day fair in July. And it's our weekend off, but our weekends off work funny. He doesn't get out till the morning of the weekend off, and this particular fair starts pretty early on Saturday, so I would have to like come home my Friday night shift and pass out and get up, crawl out of bed at like the ass crack of dawn kind of deal. Um, so him and I have to have a conversation about that, but I really want to do it. It's like one of those weird psychic fairs. Like it's called the Weird Fair. Um, and I think that's where a lot of my stuff would fit. Um, because I have dragons and sparkly things that attract crows and witchy hats and stuff like that. So I think my vibe would fit very well there, and I want to try it out. I'm glad to see that everybody's still kind of alive, at least breathing. I'm almost, I'm almost done caking all of that yarn that I got a couple weeks ago. I'm almost done. I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15 skeins of yarn left to cake up. And I have storage for most of it. Not all of it, but I have tote storage for most of it. And yeah. Right now, I really honestly I should be working on signage for my craft fair on Sunday, and I've just been dragging my and ultimately the signage will work for all year, but I need to I need to get some of the bigger stuff all done. Like I'm expecting a flexi trim for some of my displays because I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on fancy trim. That's just going to kind of get jostled around. But it's not raining today, so I'm gonna take advantage of that and finish up some spray painting and get some Scotch guarding going on. And uh same start and one left. Mhm. Remember, tomorrow's work in progress Wednesday. I don't care if you did one stitch or 5,000 stitches. I want to see what you're working on. I'll try to post most of my projects because I have a lot of things that I finished this weekend. And one of them, yesterday I was carrying one of them around and taking fun pictures at work. So, oh, one less on that side, one less on that. Oh, I don't have any shows in April yet. I'm hoping to find just a one day on my weekend off. Um, that's not too horribly far away, but I'm trying to feel people out with the one on Sunday. Um, one of my small goals is to find one every month. One more and one more. Ooh, quite a chunk of black going on here. This is actually the widest point that I'm working on. Yeah, so it's almost 20 stitches across is what this block is. Woo, children to myself today. So Thursday call dance will be up. We'll be working on black on him too. It's kind of why it feels like recently, like I work on one color on Divine, and then I'm working on the same color on call dance. So that's why I'm hoping to get done the black on this one today. We'll be going to black. The number is 310. And two of the next colors that I'll be working on are 311 and 312. Today, after we get black all done, it'll be 311. All dark shades of blue. And I have one more big color on the page. It's the 939, but I want to see the ear go in first, and then we'll work on the big color. No. So my roof rack roof satchel. I'll go with. Sometimes we all need warning signs. I just feel like I feel bad because I'm talking about me, and it's weird. And yes, I recognize that as on my stream I'm allowed to talk about me, but it's still weird. Oh my goodness. So my next big crochet project for Showstopper is my red and black sea serpent. I've been looking at the pattern because even though it might not seem like it, I actually do look at the pattern before I start working on something. And I'm trying to figure out, because it doesn't the I don't think I'm advanced enough to do what I want to do. Now, that's not going to stop me, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, can I actually do this? I think I can, and I'm going to try. I might try on a practice one, so I don't actually do the red and black one first, as I do like one with some of my 50 billion yards of yarn that I have. Like, just maybe like a blue and a green one. But push comes to shove, if I can't do it the way that I totally want to do it, I have acrylic paint that I can utilize, and I have good paintbrushes. I have learned from Megan Lapp, Crafty Intentions, um, that she sometimes uses paint to add color to her works, and I support this. Oh no. Oh my god, that is not something to wake up to. That is not a way to start your day. I'm sorry, Miss Jules. You have every right to be spitting fire at everything. I'm fireproof for the most part, but you can say all the bad words and all the combinations. Ask Dragon for some new combinations, and you can use those too. You can write all the swears out. And if you write them down, I'll say them out loud for you. And we can share this. We can process this together. Mostly cuz I'm a neutral party and I just kind of feel like cursing. I guess I'm not a neutral party because I take much offense to all of this. I don't even have a kid and I take offense. And I bet you're hearing I bet you're hearing with some of these kids because it's an elementary school. Oh, they're young. They'll recover from it. Let me tell you something about that. Let me tell you something about that. They will remember this moment for the rest of their lives. I was in first grade and I moved from New Hampshire to Maine, switching classes and everything like that. Now, did I recover and make friends? I absolutely did. But I remember that day. I remember the day that everybody ran in from recess right after Christmas break. It was 1990, and I was terrified because there were signs. And I remember that day. Hell yeah. Well, I support the mayor. If that's what they're doing, I'd support the fuck out of that mayor. But I'm guessing a lot of like gang up with the parents, join those parent groups because the more of you there are, sometimes numbers overthrow. Yeah. Viva la revolution! But see, that's not the thing. It's not like I because of just all the changes going on in my life. I was mandated that I had to see the school counselor like every week. Mr. Sturdivant was who he was, and I remember him too. He was a great man, very sweet. Um, but at the same time, just because you don't it doesn't like bother you, doesn't mean you don't remember it. Oh yeah, well, you're still standing, girl. I don't surround myself with people who give up easy. And that's actually something I'm currently struggling with is at work I'm starting to become some sort of person to look up to and look towards for leadership and whatnot. And I'm a very passive leader. Why do you need three principles? Anyway. Um Jeez, damn it. That's too many. I mean, I can't say anything. My graduating class was 333. By the time we graduated 4 years later, it was 289. So we didn't have that much of a dropout rate. But that was high school, and yeah. Is this what I'm doing? Okay, that is what I got lost. I only like I haven't been in school in almost, geez, I haven't been in school in almost 20 years, and that's college. I'm hitting, I'm hitting 25 in high school, um, next year. 2000, 2026 will be 25 years out of high school, and I feel old. Kick Dragon out of your head and have her come over here. Oh wow, damn! Go morning coffee. Oh, it's sunny and it's not raining outside. Ugh. So that means after stream, I might actually be able to do some outside stuff. I have a little bit of outside stuff that I need to do. Um, the baby meadow dragon needs to be scotch guarded. Um, I have to use some spray adhesive to set up some displays. And I have some spray painting left to do for my new displays. Bad Mother Stitcher's in there? Well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys are having fun. uh, well, in theory, I could just pop up the window and stare at you guys. But I have this color to finish. I've been working at work. I've been working on my commission cross stitch, and I'm about a quarter of the way done. Um, and I mean, it's not a huge cross stitch. It's about 10,000 stitches. It's about half the size of Rainbow Infinity, and it's a lot of block color too, so it moves really, really, really fast. But I do think that I'm gonna bring a I'm gonna try to make some bunnies. I'm gonna make some bunnies for my craft fair. Maybe bunnies and some kittens, because I have been neglecting my restocking of my kittens. Actually, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll bring some of my scrap yarn and make some scrap kittens, and maybe a bunny. Well, I like bunnies. And I have a bin of scrap yarn, so I mean, I might bring the loom and and a few and a few crochet hooks. And one left. Mm-hmm. And as always, my goal is base of 200 stitches, which I'll probably hit today. Probably already hit it today. Um, my major goal is to get 310 all done. Which I'm actually really close to the bottom. I gotta move my screen in order to see how many lines I have left. But I'm about to close out on a 10 line, so that'll be a good spot to hit the check mark and move it down. Huh. Yeah, I only have, let's see, did I stop at the, I did. I stopped at the page line on this one. Ah, naughty girl. Okay, so I only have 8 lines. I have 8 lines left here. Ah. And I gotta switch out my string because it's string switchy outy time. So, a couple of my coworkers last night, and some of them have been saying this a little bit more frequently, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I have yet to decide. Many of you guys have said it too. Is is well, my my youngest coworker is really kind of where I'm like, oh my goodness, is this for real? Um, my youngest coworker is reminds me a lot of a young me, being very scattered, very nervous about everything, always asking questions, very unsure of herself, and and she's like, well, whenever I start to get confused and overwhelmed and whatnot, I go, what would Sarah do? And that's a pretty big responsibility. I don't know if she realizes what kind of like in, indirect responsibility that puts on me, but it's weird thinking that I could potentially be a role model. Now, an ex of mine had a son who was a type 1 diabetic, and that ex also stated that I was a role model for his son, showing him that he could get his driver's license, he could do things like buy a house, and that's a lot of weight to put on a person. And I mean, it's an honor at the same time, but I'm I'm unsure if like if it's deserved. Like I just do I'm kind. I try not to be a complete and utter bitch most of the time. There are some days where fuck it, I'm gonna be a bitch. But at the same time, it's I'm honored like that, like I cross people's minds in in that fashion, because that's all I want to do. Is if I ever cross someone's mind, I want it to be in a good fashion, or even if it's neutral. And I recognize that there are even some people where I'm the villain, and that's fine. It's just it's so bizarre hearing someone go, "Yeah, I think about how you react and how you do things when I start getting overwhelmed." And then there was the other coworker who's like, "Yeah, you just make me feel calm." And that one makes me giggle because yes, outwardly I'm a very I I strive for calm, quiet, well, not necessarily like actually quiet, but calm, reasonable processes. Um, and I know a lot of that comes from the rigidity that if I get too excited, my blood sugar goes through the roof, and that's not a good idea. Uh, but it's just so weird to think that I have the ability to be someone's lollipop. The lolly. There's a lollipop story. You never know when you're going to touch someone's life and make their life better. That's why, like, when I see something that, you know, brings a smile, or like I have a coworker, and I mean he's just as blah, 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 blah. He's just as socially awkward as me, and he was wearing a bowler hat because yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. Everybody was decked out in the shamrocks and all the green. I was wearing a green swamp dragon shirt, and I had my malachite on. Um, and he was wearing a green bowler hat, and he's just being himself. And I was like, you know, you look really good in a bowler hat. And he just seemed stunned. It wasn't anything like, oh yeah, you fine, dude. No, nothing like that. It's like that bowler hat just makes you look good. It suits you. It suits your style. And he just it was like he'd never heard anything like that level of compliment before. And it's just weird for me because I hand those I hand those fuckers out like they're candy. If I see something I like, or if I see something that I that appeals to me, I'll be like, yeah, that's totally awesome, yo, woo. Because I don't know everybody's story. I don't know if they're having a shit-tacular day or whatnot. But I try to bring like at least one smile to a person's face. And ultimately and unfortunately, I always try to help where I can, as long as I'm not going to like keel over. And that's why Saturday night, me being bitter was just kind of like, I, I'll admit it, I was being bitter. Um, on Friday, I'd had a conversation with my boss, and she's like, I can't give you Sunday off. You need to swap with someone. I can't give you vacation time. Um, could you come in later? And again, I don't mind coming in a little later. I just need to know what I'm doing. So I have a craft fair from 10 to 3 on Sunday. It's my first craft fair of the year. Um, I paid for it. I had the weekend off when I paid for it. Um, and then life changed, and I made my work aware that I had that weekend off, or that I had signed up for that event. Had I not already paid for it, would have been a different story. I could have just canceled. But most craft fairs are non-refundable, so once you pay for them, you're done. And I told my boss, I'm like, I already paid for this event. Can can you like bend the rules? I talked to my coworkers on that shift. I'm like, do you mind if there's only two of you on this Sunday? And they're like, no, no, we know how much your craft fair means to us, and you've covered our asses more than enough times. And I try to build up that soft power. And I'm like, okay, thank you. So I tell my boss, I'm like, yeah, they don't mind if there's only two of them. But on Friday, she's like, yeah, you need to swap or you need to come in. I'm like, well, I can be there at like 4:30, because again, craft fair ends at 3. I got to pack up, which packing up takes far less time than setting up. Taking it down takes less time than putting it up. And and then I go and I look at the schedule today or yesterday, and I have it off as vacation time. So I'm not sure what's going on. One over on this side, and it's one over on the other side. Yeah. And it's not like I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth if she says, yeah, you're on vacation, go have fun. I'm going to take the day, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to not be all wound up for the end of the fair. Um, but yeah, it's I'm I'm having like I've always wanted to be the kind of person where people are like, "Hey, what would her reaction be?" But at the same time, as it's happening, I'm like, "Oh no, oh no, don't make choices on what you think I would do." Like, I like spreading calm, and I love knowing that I'm someone's safe spot, because I want nothing more than people to feel safe around me. Um, that if anything in my entire life, the one thing that I want is the people that I meet and interact with, that they feel safe. Um, because everybody needs a spot where they feel safe and they can go and hide. And I have, for the most part, I have that space. Or they can just be themselves. Because as awful as it sounds, saying it out loud is, it's like, as long as you're not a complete dick, I don't care who you are, how you identify, who you love. Um, there are caveats to the who you love one. There are. But I want people to be true to themselves. And in this day and age, that's not something that you find frequently. It's so frustrating. Like, I don't mind being the villain in someone's story. And fortunately or unfortunately, that gives me a level of power that I didn't realize I was wielding. Um, do I want people outright hating me? Absolutely not. At most, I want apathy. I don't need you to. I don't need to live rent free in your head. If you don't like me, move on with your life. I promise I will not invade with it because I don't have enough energy to insert myself into other people's lives who don't want me there. Um, but if I live rent free in your brain, I'm so sorry. Especially if it's in the bad part. Is if I'm living as the villain in your story. Um, I apologize, but at the same time, you need to let me out of my lease because I don't want to live there rent free. And I promise you, I'm just as weird as everybody says I am. I'm also a huge proponent of just because someone else doesn't like a person doesn't mean that I can't like a person. And vice versa. Just because I don't like someone or something doesn't mean that you won't like someone or something. Um, and that's the beauty of existence. And for me, it's if if I don't like something and if it's not my space, I will leave that space. But but this is the one beautiful thing that I've learned about having my own, like creating my own safe space is is you don't get to make me not feel safe in my safe space. Um, if someone were to come seeking sanctuary for me and then they brought someone that I wasn't feeling safe with, I would have to make the hard choice of saying, I don't dislike you. You are more than welcome, but that person is not. And no, it's not fair, but it is my space. So that's the kind of to groove I throw down or something like that. Let's see. One lesson even to the end. And there are very few people I don't like. So if I can, or that I can't tolerate. Um, there are people who get on my nerves like nobody's business. At work, it's funny um, because there are a lot of people who get on my nerves. Uh, but I interact with them just fine. I don't. They don't get the part of me that the people I enjoy hanging around get. But temperance is an amazing thing when you can use it properly. I'm gonna go down to the basement today and see if I can rail on the house a little bit more. Because that's really in the house saga is you rail on the house till it starts to feel comfortable, and then you let it set for a couple of days, and then you go rail on it some more, and eventually I'll get it the inch and a half up that it needs to go up. Let's go bitch at me. But in doing that, I'll be able to get the house leveled out. And I can easily say that I've hit my 200 stitch count because when I first hit the check mark, I had already gotten 192, so I've got my 200. And Jules, you are a very sweet person. So people who don't like you because they don't have they don't have temperance, that is on them. That's why I'm always nice to people. It's like my kindness does not reflect poorly upon me when you abuse my kindness. People people think I'm a lot more naive than I am, and I know fully what people are doing. I'm not dumb, but um, I give people enough rope to hang themselves with. They can either swing across the ravine or they can hang themselves with it. It's what it is. And this is also why we don't make deals with the Fae. I'm the prime example of why we don't make deals with the Fae. So I need more color combinations. I'm gonna be making more meadow dragons and baby dragons and whatnot. So this next color combination is gonna go to a baby dragon. So um, because baby dragons they get created fast. So I need color combinations for a baby dragon, and they can be contrasting. They can be complementary. Colors for baby dragons. I have all the colors, and then some. And this one's gonna be a stuffy. This baby dragon is gonna be no wires. So it's gonna be. Oh, I came back. I got disconnected. Of course, I got disconnected because it's 11 a.m. and that's what happens. Mm-hmm. We got 3 more lines to go. Yeah, the commission I'm working on is quite literally just all block colors. Nothing fancy. It's a pattern that I personally designed for this person. Um, I updated a few things because it was just a one color logo, and I'm like, nah, we need to add some color. So I did. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why are we screeching, poet? Oh, I get that. Is it like a eagle screech that she's going in for her prey and she's gonna get it, or is it an existential crisis screech? So around 11:30, I'll show off what Vaporeon currently looks like. Now, mind you, Not done yet. I lost interest about halfway through sewing on the head last night at like 1 in the morning. So technically this morning. Before I went to bed. And tonight I'll finish it and I'll get it all partified. But, and I still have not set out. I got dashed hers. I still have not gotten anything else out for presents. And at this point, I'm kind of like, maybe I should get stuff out now because it's only going to get worse. Yeah, I get that. Find friends with chickens so you can get fresh butt nuggets. Because my best friend has like 6 chickens, and she has more eggs than she knows what to do. I guess it doesn't work if you live like in the suburbs, but at this point, I'm honestly thinking about getting some hens. I don't live in the burbs. I live in downtown. I was, um, well, it's also illegal not to comply with federal judges, but we don't see our upstanding head of the country doing things like following the rules now, do we? And if chickens are illegal, get ducks or geese. Geese could be fun. Not all geese are assholes, just the Canadian ones. No, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. Geese are assholes. So are turkeys. Turkeys are bigger at. I would dare compare turkeys and geese on like see who's the bigger asshole. Oh, okay, okay. You could own pheasants. They're considered wild. Yay, my tism brain with words. I guess they are livestock, but peacocks. Yeah, but moving's damn near impossible these days. Well, that's what I was telling Husband Creature. I'm like, love. It's like we got a good deal going on here. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But we have big, thick walls, and we can keep everybody up. We're perched on a hill. On a hill, like my road is like 6 feet lower than the plot of land my house is on. So like my house is on a hill on a hill. Okay, that's where I'm at. Okay, so one more of this length and then um here just outside city limits. In city limits you can't have chickens. Um but outside of city limits you can. You just can't have a rooster. You can have hens, but you cannot have a rooster. Maine is also well. I mean, I'd argue California is a very California is a very agricultural state too. Uh, but Maine is a rural agricultural state as opposed to a, I don't know, what's the, like a populated, like a what's the opposite of rural? And yes, I have troubles with that word. There are too many R's for my poor accent. Well, it's because roosters are assholes. I grew up 5 miles from the city proper, so I had neighbors with farm animals. I had farm animals. I took care of farm animals. So, so Miss Poet, how are you doing after sending that email? I know it's been a hot few seconds because that 3 hour time zone difference can really put a kink in socialization. Were they understanding? Like, was there a conversation to be had, or did they just say, "See you later, bye"? Like, like I think if I were to have this situation happen to me as an employer, I'd want to have a conversation. But I'm also learning. I'm learning that I am not a normal employer, nor would I am I a normal employee, because I genuinely try to make things better. Can I always make everything better? Absolutely not. I can't. But I can try where I can. Well, see, here's the thing. As long as the founder's being professional, that's great. But as an employer, I want to know why. As a human being, I want to know why. But and I see it a lot with in my workplace. People get jaded. They they stop trying to solve the problems when they really should keep trying. Okay. Last, I think this is the last row. Yes, last row. Woo. Here's hoping I have enough string because I don't want to start another. I don't want to start another round. Oh, and that's the thing is a lot of people do some jobs out of love. Goodness knows, I do my job because I like to help. I like to help. Um, and I'm gonna be real with you because my boss knows me. I am not underpaid for my job. I don't feel I'm underpaid for my job, but I also live way beneath my means. Um, The only thing that I would honestly ask for out of my employer is better insurance. Way better insurance. And I'd even pay more for that. I would take a pay cut to have better insurance. Um, and right now it's like I get 4 weeks of vacation that I can't use. I would take a vacation cut for better insurance. Too many cooks in the kitchen, huh? Last night, there were enough people on my shift that none of us felt overwhelmed. We were able to um, we were able to stock the carts to the best of our ability. I was able to get a report that should have been done Friday. Had I known about it, it would have been done Friday. Um, I was able to get a report done for that. We were able to get everything that normally we kind of have to scramble to get done, able to get it done. So ah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Woohoo! We are done. We are done black on the page. Black is all done on this page. We're gonna go over to a dark blue. I'll whip it out once I take care of the black here. Yeah, only 2,000 a month in California, dude. Dude, let me do some fast mental math here. Actually, I'll just whip out a calculator. Because, funny enough, doobie doo. Let's. Okay, so there's that. Let's do that. So then there's. So, um, oh my goodness. Okay, so my computer's just being a thing. 47, 40. I'm very confused by that number. So I'm gonna give up on it. I think, long story short, I think I make more than that a month. Oh, dude, that's not even. Wow. 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 Now, between like my base level pay, like as I'm hired, I'm making almost $21 an hour, but with shift differentials and overtime because I work I work an off shift, so I get a little bit more for an off shift, and I do overnights too, so I get a little bit more for those. Um, I make 21 base level pay, and then I make a little bit more due to differentials and overtime. So, damn, that's all I got. Damn, that's not cool. So many levels not cool. And Maine's minimum wage is $14 an hour. So at least we're trying to stay above federal, and we're trying real hard. We're trying real hard, but it's not always happening because of those people who are like, well, burger flippers shouldn't make this much money. Well then, Susan, how about you make things cost a little less? How's that sound? How about we not be greedy? Like, that would be fantastic. Okay. So 310 is going over to call dance because we will be working on block on call dance on Thursday. Oh. Okay, so our next color that we're working on is 311. I find it funny that we go from black to dark blue just by one number. Oh, that's rough. Okay. So a lot of the remaining colors are all just out working within the ear. And this one is no exception. I just got to figure out where within the ear we're working. Okay, there's that. See, and I support that. Like, I really do. Like, fast food sucks, dude. Like, if I try to be nice to everybody that I encounter, but specifically and especially people who deal with your food and your sleeping arrangements. When I was working in hotels, I always tried to be nice to people. I always have the same base level nice. But how you treat me reflects greatly on what kind of, because I knew which rooms were kind of stinky. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out because there's two different shades of blue here that I gotta figure out, and I gotta figure out where I'm going. Okay, and how I'm gonna do this because this color is pretty big. Okay, there's that. Okay, we're starting out and go. Oh my goodness, where is the end of it? So startup block. I think I'm gonna do the block of 10, but then it diverts down this way, or it divides, and I'm gonna take the long way down today. And here in Maine, like and in a lot of healthcare, like the hierarchy is so weird. So I have in Maine, it's called a CRMA. It is a certified medical uh, medication. I can't remember it. Um, The R. See, I forget what the R is because the A is aid. Certified medication residential aid. There we go. Um, I actually can do more than a CNA M, which is a CNA who can pass meds. I can do more than them when it comes to medications. And to get a CNA M, you have to have been a CNA for a year, and it is a 6-month course. And CRMA is a 40-hour course, and I can do more. It's kind of like my DSP certificate, which I don't even know if it's valid or not. Huh. Yeah. Back in the day when I was landlord raw, I charged $400 for, and I mean, I'm sitting in one of the rooms I used to rent. I got tired of people, but my smallest room is 13 by 13. That was my smallest room. I did $400 and everything was included. We have laundry. You had laundry here. You had off-street parking. No garage because it's a cliff. Cable. We had right. Well, now I have T1 internet, but back in the day, cable internet. Everything was included. And I was told that I was charging too much for all of that. I mean, the bathroom was shared with 2 other people because I at the time was up in my attic, which is mostly finished. It has a functioning bathroom that I kept to myself, and it's 2 rooms. But the wear and tear on my house was not worth it. I was barely making bills. And now I'm finally fixing the wear and tear on my house. Ooh, that's fun. Mhm. But I also had the beauty of people who did not respect my house at all. Um, I actually at one point had to take all the dishes away because no one was doing dishes or doing their own dishes even. And I was like, no, if you want to make a mess, find your own dishes. But then they broke into my suite and stole the dishes. So that was the beginning of the end for me being nice. Mhm. Okay. Yay! I think. Yay! I'm in the right spot. I did it right. But yeah, once I was able to get my house, the mortgage down to something I could afford on my own. Ooh. See, here, the rent for a 1 bedroom roughly We may be back, we may not. OBS says I'm back, but so may not. OBS says I'm back, but so I I live close enough to the airport that when when the Saudi jets are in town, um we can hear them playing with their engines. But most of the planes that fly in and out are regional jets. So it's not the airport noise isn't too bad. Um, my house used to be officer housing, like off base officer housing when when Bangor was a air guard base, like an active base. Mhm. Oh yeah. Oh, that would suck. That's what soundproofing. It's funny. So I've worked really hard on soundproofing my house, and I'm continuing and doing that as well as insulating. But it's funny when we open the windows um in the spring, like like the static, like when I turn on my cameras to the outside and I'm sitting inside, like I'm listening to the outside noise, and it's just it's low grade white noise outside. And inside my house is actually pretty quiet. Um because I I I wanted it, so I got it. But it's funny how much ambient noise coming to the bottom of this the, the pieces that I had left over were so short that it's like one or two lines and I have to swap colors. The next stretch will not be as short. Okay. Woo! Did I disconnected again? Okay. Yeah. Well, not right now, but apparently I heard there's been a party over in Discord. Mm, that's the last line of that, and I won the game of Thread Chicken. Okay. Just in time. I'm gonna show off. I'm gonna show off what I got going on. Okay. So, again, full disclosure, he's not done yet. this is this is Vaporeon. He is fucking huge. Um, his instructions for assembly aren't great, so I'm kind of winging it. But yeah, last night I got kind of bored, and his head's not on all the way, and he's not molded or shaped or anything like that. But he sits, and he's cute. And this is the Vaporeon. Oh my goodness. This is Vaporeon, and this is Umbreon. So it's an extra small Umbreon and an extra large Vaporeon. Um, Vaporeon should be fully assembled later on tonight. After I get out of work, I'll probably tackle finishing it. They're all kid friendly too. Like they're all super squishy and cuddly. No wires. I am definitely gonna have to glue Umbreon's eyes on a little bit better though. But that is what's going on. Okay, so there's. Where did it go? Did I snip it off? Did I put it? Oh, did I? Okay, there it is. I'm like, I need to end a piece of string. But though that's February, March presents. And one of these days I'll get January presents shipped out. Actually, I will try to do that today. Is getting January's all sent out because I don't have a lot of time this week. Hmm. And I haven't decided what April's gonna be yet. I don't know, but April might be the blue green sea serpent because that will be a first of that pattern. So I don't sell I don't sell the firsts. So April's probably going to be a blue green sea dragon, a sea serpent. Yep, one. I think. Okay, so this is my last full stretch. Now I'm gonna start working my way down. But yeah, Vaporeon is actually coming out. Considering the quality of the instructions, Vaporeon is coming out very well. But also, you get what you pay for. Always remember that. We're gonna see how far we go down. And don't get me wrong, I've encountered some glorious and wonderful. Wrong. There we go. Oh, no. No. Doopy-doo. This part is like super easy because it's just one or two stitches all the way down the side of the ear. So also means I gotta pay attention. I will have to end with half stitches because the blues are very, very similar. And I'm run out of string, so I'm gonna end on these halves. And now I can pull a full proper length. I think 311 wherever I used it last only had like 2 or 3 stitches, so I didn't pull a long length. Price I pay. But in this situation, it's a color that goes on quite a bit. Almost 5,000 stitches of this color. Really? Micro knot. And I don't have the I don't have the patience for it today, so it's just gonna get snipped off. And sometimes it's okay not to have patience. Sometimes you can't fix it. That's another hard lesson to learn, is knowing when to stop. Wow, I whiffed on that. this ear. Because most of the other colors, in all fairness, are just filling in, filling in around the ear. 939 fills in all this area around, so I'm absolutely in no hurry to get over there. I like being able to, honestly, I like being able to see the actual item. Now, mind you, I might be like, no, I need block color one day, and I might tackle 939. But for now, but for now, we're gonna see the ear.
A new wave of power arises. From the ashes, new heroes born. An emergence of hope upon the horizon. A sense of victory at the break of dawn.
Mm-hmm.
A new time has come.
I don't know, because I'm getting in an area where
Of
I can go
heroes.
across, or I can go down one side and then down the other, and like hit all. I think I'm just gonna go down one side, just so I don't have to jump as much.
Rise up.
Also makes it easier in case like these two sides don't line up. It makes it easier to go down one and down the other and not have to worry like, oh hey, because each side will line up appropriately.
A new time has come. We shall rise undefeated. With sword and shield in our hands. Rise up and vanquish the enemy. The rise
Mm-hmm.
of heroes.
And I have to remember today to end on a half because I'll forget where I am, which is par for the course, but at the same time frustrating when I want to pick up on it later.
A new time has come. The rise of heroes.
So after stream today, I'm gonna make a fast post for the cutie patootie meadow dragon in my store, and make a new category in my store because it's time. Um, Maybe do some fast updates to it. Nothing huge yet, but I need to start tackling my website and spruce it up a bit. And another reason for that is, if I remember correctly, the Wi-Fi where I'm going sucks. And while yes, I absolutely have my cell phone and whatnot, if the Wi-Fi sucks, it makes it hard to, or the cell service sucks, it makes it hard to do like digital transactions. But I can have a category of like craft fair, like I I can show it off on the day of the craft fair, like on the landing pad. Hey, I'm at this market, yada yada. Yada. And if people only have a card and they want to buy a few things, I can have them step outside and I can see what they want, and they can come back in having paid for it. Mm-hmm. So I got a couple people here. Color combos. I'm making a baby. It's gonna be a baby dragon. So color combos for a baby dragon, and you can give me more than one, and I'll put it on the list of things to do because I love doing the little one-offs. Because yes, I absolutely have the stock of the black or white, and then the rainbow colors, but I love one-off colors too because baby dragons are fast to make and they're cute. The babies. No, yes, the baby dragons. I need color. I need color ideas. I don't have a baby dragon grabbable right now, but it's not the meadow dragon. The baby dragons and the meadow dragons are different. Even though I have a baby meadow dragon because it's smaller. Color combo. That's actually that's a good color. Like the main color being the dark green because I've noticed like the meadow dragon that I just got done is like a rare exception, but that baby pink as a main color is rough. But I do have dark green and pink. Okay. Color one set of colors. Oh. Mm-hmm. Now, I have, and I shit you not, I have a metric fuck ton of different variegated color families. Well, I have a black and a variegated one. That is. I also have gray with like the very vibrant variegated colors is is wild. Wow. Wow. Okay. So I'm more than pleased with. Actually, yeah, that would. If I don't know if I have. I don't know if I have bright yellow. It's been one of the colors that I've been working on. Um, I have more gray than I want to think about, and I have bright baby yellow, which as an accent color, I think I could work it as an accent color. But yeah, I'll look into that. Let's see. Um, I am writing these colors down because they're good. They're good ones. Gray. Now, would you what? So with maybe some meadow dragons. So meadow dragons have. Let me look. The meadow dragons have their body color. They have their accent color, and then they can have a wing color. Now, Nightstone is very, very dual colored. Nightstone is sparkly gray and dark blue. That's what Nightstone is. But like the baby has yellow wings with a pink, and then the variegated tummy and ears and whatnot. But honestly, the meadows can have any kind of colors, um, and different wing styles. Like the I need to sit down and make blanks. I need to put together just all of the options, and then sew them all together, and then Velcro them so that like some people can try out what they want to see for customization, kind of thing. But that's a project for down the road. Like if people start wanting them more. Because goodness knows I have enough yarn for it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I even have soft yellow. Eh. And I have a few more Megan lap patterns that I will be practicing and um getting out there. Huh, okay. Let's see. Deep red uh, and then well, accent color. Like, oh my goodness. Ugh. Like the sea serpent I'm working on or going to be whipping out has the variegated red uh body color. And then there's also an accent color, which is going to be, I think I'm going to do a sparkle red. It's either going to be a sparkle red or a dark, dark red. And then the fin color is going to be black. And I might have to use acrylic paint to accent different areas of it.
Lost in thought I wander. Down a path to my inner world, the complexity leads me to ponder, and the depths of my
Oh,
emotions.
okay. So I'm gonna read you what we did today because I just hit the check mark and I am pleased with myself. So we have done 426 stitches. We went from let me look at my screen here. I think it was 3.65%. We are now at 3.8%, which is some good progress. We started out the week at 3.56, or last week we ended at 3.56, and we're almost at 4%. So that's pretty awesome. You guys saw what February March presents are. You have till, let me look at a calendar here. I am going to try to do the drawing in March, so it will be March 28th, which also, oh no, actually, yeah, March 28th will be the drawing. Actually, no, okay, so March 28th is the last day you can enter. The 31st will be the day that I do the drawing. And that's for both of Vaporeon and Umbreon. Both of those guys will go out to whoever wins. Just because February is a weird month, and yeah. Let's see, what else? I will be back on Thursday at 9 a.m. or 6 a.m. if you're a poet and having insomnia. We'll be working on Call Dance. And we'll see how I fare, because it's gonna be fun and exciting. But you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for the gift of your time. Drink your water, take your meds, and be kind to yourself without harming others. Be kind to others without harming yourself. And I am almost always lurking, even if you don't see me. Okay, and I gotta write down poets. Okay. Okay, so we got, yeah, and just in case you didn't know, poet, I did block it out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 5, and then okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right now we have Sume with 5, we have Jules with 15, Dragon with 2, and Poet with 4, and all it takes is one entry. So, oh, I gotta get a better way. But I'm trying to do this every month. Might not always be a big thing, but April is probably going to be blue-green sea serpent, and I know that May is going to be my pink fairy dragon. May is going to be a pink fairy dragon. It's going to be a pink fairy plushy dragon. So keep your eyes out for that. Oh. But everybody, I love y'all. Have a fantastic day.